are trying to steal the land away from the Navajo Indians and the Hopi Indians in Arizona. And
we can run this Reagan!
yeah, Ronald Reagan, our granddaddy, the actor, up in the White House. So there's, you know, I was talking with some people down there, and I told them I was in a band and that we were going to Europe. And I was talking with old grandmothers, about 70 years old, and I asked them if I was going to give any message from you to the people of Europe, what would you have me tell them? And this old Navajo grandmother said, just tell them that we're protecting Mother Earth against destruction, because the earth itself is like sick from all the pollution and from all the abuse that people have done, and especially with regard to weapons. And I have a friend from South Africa, and I was talking with him, and he was saying the same thing, that the government is trying to steal their land, and the government is trying to take away their freedom, and they're fighting back in the streets. And I was talking with some people at Hafenstrasse, the Victory, the other day, and they tell me the same thing. They say that the government and the multinationals are trying to steal their houses away and trying to steal the freedom away, and the kids are fighting back in the streets. And I'm happy to be able to come and tell you that the people are strong wherever we go, from Amsterdam, Van Hal, to Berlin, to Havenstrasse. There's a lot of good things happening. And in the United States, we too have problems with the police. And we brought a special guest with us tonight, all the way from San Francisco, so that she could share with you one of the big problems in the United States with the police. And that is that the police are killing women. The police are killing women, and it's happening kind of regularly. Over 100 women so far have been reported in one city dead. They just find them floating in the river. And so it's not so easy to be a woman and try to be free in the United States. And so we have this guest who's going to read some poems about what it's like to be a woman, and I hope that you can understand what she's saying, and I hope that you understand. Thank you. We'll be up in about 20 minutes. This is Daisy, Anarchy.
Hi, Wolfsburg. I came 7,000 miles to tell all of you about the Green River murders. In the last 5 years, over 100 women have been murdered in the Seattle, Washington area. This is the largest serial murder case in the history of the United States, but most people, even in the United States, don't know about the Green River murders because most of the women were black prostitute women, and the average age of the women was 19 years old. A lot of street kids. The murders started happening in 1982, and a lot of the women that were working on the street at the time were saying that they thought the police were the murderers. And the first police officer that was in charge of investigating the murders said that he thought a police officer could possibly be the murderer. That police officer was fired from his job, and the Seattle police have spent the last 5 years making sure that everybody forgets about the over 100 dead and missing and presumed dead, mostly 19 years old, mostly black, mostly prostitute women that were murdered in Seattle. Most of the women that were murdered were working right in front of the Boeing Defense Company, on the street right in front of the buildings that Boeing makes a lot of the military airplanes and military weapons that they send over here to you in Germany. The money over there is going into the military, and that's why these women are on the streets right in front of the weapons manufacturing plants, because there isn't enough money for the women and their children. This first poem is about the Green River murders. This poem is to my daddy. To Daddy. In the night, I am going back to your house. I am going to break through one of your long, beautiful